What's happening, YouTube? It's your homie S. Dot coming back to you with another video. Today's video is going to be the start of a little Ex04 series that we're going to have going on the channel until we get BT 13 here in a couple of weeks. My opponent's playing Hunters on the left, and myself is playing ShineGreymon on the right with the new support, of course, from the aforementioned Ex04. I'm going to start off with a red Koromon, the draw Koromon in the back, going to Digivolve the really good Agumon in the back, and they're going to play the really good Agumon and hit a ShineGreymon from Ex04 and the Marcus. So I was playing the memory boost in this deck, as you'll see, but after the game it just felt bad. Twice I played memory boost throughout this match and hit tamers, and as you'll see, it's not fun. So memory boost is just not good for this deck for that reason itself, because Marcus is the most important card in the deck and you don't want memory boost to bottom deck it. My opponent's going to Digivolve a Dracomon in the back and a he's going to play a Watchmaker for 3, hit a card, and then he's going to play Shoutmon, cross it with a Clockmon, the jamming inheritable, and play out a U. It's a pretty good start. If I have the GeoGray in my hand that allows me to play out a Tamer, is really good, and I do. So I'm actually going to end up raising. I think I raised because I had a whole nother line in my hand and I wanted to get value out of this GeoGray, which I think this is actually a really good tempo play that I'm doing right here. So I'm going to attack for 5k, draw a card for the Koromon, and then also live on top of that. So his Shoutmon being 4k, it's actually going to be a little bit difficult for him to get over it unless he can Digivolve over that Dracomon in the back and get the plus 2k inheritable. Then I also Digivolve into the GeoGray up front, and what this is really good, this is a really good move because first of all I choked him at 1, and then if that unsuspended GeoGray lives at the start of the main phase, you gain 1 memory if you have a red or yellow Tamer in play. So if I don't want to, use the Marcus effect to, pay 1 memory and bring up, I'll just gain a memory for free, which is excellent. My opponent's going to use the U effect to gain a memory, go to 2, looks like, maybe, yeah, he go to 2. Okay, this looks weird on my side, but yeah, okay, so he's officially at 2. He can't superior mode me here, which is really good. So I'm actually have him in like a kind of a bind. He'll be able to get a security check here and have the jamming. So the best I can hope for is like a memory boost or a tamer at any point. But he hits into an Agumon, not a big deal. He's going to play another U. He was going to choke me at 1, and then that's going to be it for that turn. And as you can see, both of those GeoGrays being on the field, I'm going to remember here in a second that I gain a memory for free here with the GeoGray, like I was saying. I just get a lot of value. The fact that I'm getting 2 more security checks, or getting 2 security checks here, and then 1 more draw out of the Koromon is just really good. And then the fact that I also have another line in my hand is just going to set me up to have game a lot easier next turn. One weakness that the deck obviously has, besides all the other non-broken stuff, that's not available yet, is the fact that it's hard to close out games sometimes. This deck doesn't really get a lot of chip damage in before it can do the 2 checks with the Marcus when you have the Shine up, and then Shine just finish the game. So sometimes it's good to have an Omnimon X Antibody, or excuse me, an Omnimon Blitz Omni rather. But I'm playing 2 Ruin modes at the top, of course, just trying out the new stuff. And Ruin mode could be pretty good, and you'll actually see some solid use of it here in this match. I'm thinking here, I'm going to Digivolve into a Rise. I'm assuming I have another Rise in hand because that's the Rise you definitely want. This one, when Digivolving, allows you to gain a memory, so it pretty much Digivolves for 2. Or if you attack with the Marcus and Digivolve into the Rise for free, you gain a memory for free, which is nice. So I'm going to swing with the GeoGray for 5k over the Shoutmon, and then I figured I'd swing 7k at security because I have a better chance of living, obviously, with the 7k, but a loss, it doesn't matter. I run into a big fat 10k superior mode, but that's fine. That stack did a lot more work than what I needed it to do, so I'm not tripping, and I got an extra draw out of the Koromon. I'm going to Digivolve into another GeoGray in the back. Geo's going to choke him at 1 again, and he'll be able to gain 2 memory from the U Amanos if he has cards to use, but I want to say he actually didn't end up having the materials to tuck under the U, which is actually kind of big for me because it's choking him at 1 and he's not going to be able to do more than like 2 plays this turn. But it also gives him some setup. He's going to play a Daemon instead though, so I guess gaining the memory didn't matter if he didn't like have any. Obviously he'd rather have a tie key, in that sense, but he did hit with the Daemon, which is really good. He hit the memory tamer to Guru, which is solid. That GeoGray has lived 2 times over. Not saying, I say that like this, the Hunter deck is really good at getting rid of Digimon in the early game. Obviously this game is a mid to late game deck. Get some solid checks in the beginning, and of course we know how the deck just seems like it does nothing and then all of a sudden just goes ham towards the end of the game. I'm going to Digivolve into a Rise Greymon for free here. I think I did this because I'd rather go into the Shine for free. Or not for free, I'm sorry. Digivolve into the Rise for 3 and then gain a memory for 2. Going to swing with the Rise, or not the Rise, the Marcus. I'm using some inheritables in here. I think I'm using the Agumon and the Daemon here. And then, yeah, I'm using the double Agumon inheritable to minus 2k Yeah, I had to remind him. Yeah, okay, so the Daemon's going to get killed from the 2 Agumon minus 2k, and then I'm going to use the Marcus effect. When he suspends, you can Digivolve into a Digimon with Greymon in its name, or one of your Digimon without paying a memory cost. So Digivolve into Shine for free. His security is going to have minus 3k, and then minus 3k to one Digimon on the board, which he, of course, has none. And then it's going to be 6,000 2 checks now at security. So I'm going to hit for 2, and then the Shine is going to attack. And then this was a pretty good spot. The fact that I had champions on the field that just ride it out, and my Shine's going to die here. Well, yeah, because it's minus 3k, but it doesn't matter because I still have the Geograde to swing for game. And it's a pretty solid game 1. Moving on to game 2. Alright, Digi-Duelist, moving on to game 2. I think my opponent decided to go... No, he actually had me go first, okay, which is interesting. Hunter usually likes to go first, but I'm not sure if this deck likes to go first or not, but it definitely loves to draw that Agumon if you can get it. Speaking of Agumon, I did use the memory boost to grab that Agumon. Got the Ex04 Agumon in Raising. What it does is, during the start of your main phase, you gain a memory. So, like, if you're at 1 memory, you pretty much stay at 1 memory if you have the Marcus, because you pay 1 with the Marcus and then you gain a memory with the Agumon, or vice versa, doesn't matter, which is nice. And then since it's at the start of your main phase, it allows you to Digivolve into Agumon X Antibody to further search, because you don't need the Agumon's main effect anymore, of course, because you already used it, which is nice. I used red memory boost to grab the really good Agumon that lets you on play search top 4 and hit a Marcus and a Digimon with Greymon in his name. Luckily, I didn't hit any Tamers there, so hopefully I have some in security, or I drew one. I'm gonna raise the Geogray or the Agumon, and I Digivolve into Geogray. Unfortunately, I didn't have a Tamer to play, but I Digivolve into the Rise from Ex04. So what that one does is, on Digivolving, one of your opponent's Digimon and all your opponent's security Digimon gain minus 4k DP. So the reason why I did this play is because I think I had another line, plus hitting the Clockmon and him not having a Tamer means he can't save it, so that's 1 less Clockmon that he has. And as you can see, with Watchmaker, he's hitting another Clockmon. So most Hunter decks play only 2, so if he doesn't play a 3rd one, then he won't be able to. Well, you know what, I'm sorry, I guess now that I think about it, maybe that wasn't that good of a play, because his level 4s can just simply grab back the Clockmon from his trash, so I take that back. Maybe that wasn't that good, but I guess right now, I guess it's okay, because he can't use like that Taiki to suspend it and put the Clockmon from under one of his Tamers to gain the jamming right then and there. It's gonna be like delayed for that Clockmon to get back under. So, but that was my thought process at the time. Gonna play another Agumon. I'm looking at his field honestly while I was commentating, so I missed what I got, but I'm sure I got something. I got 1 card. I hope. He's gonna Digicross for free. Oh no, excuse me, for 1 into the Arrestigimon. This is the one that gives you Rush, but of course, since he raised from his breeding area, it already was able to attack that turn anyway. But that's one of the main pieces of his deck to allow you to Digicross one of your rookies and then Digivolve into Arrestigimon. That Arrestigimon in order to gain Rush. It's going to Digivolve into Omnishout. Omnishout has 4 sources here, so it can, at minimum, delete a 4K Digimon, but then he can delete up to 10, add 3K for every 2 sources you have, so he can delete a 10K. So he deletes my 7K Rise and then my 3K Agumon, which is pretty good. Unfortunate for me, but it is what it is. Definitely don't think I'm raising that Agumon this turn. Next turn, he has a really good play. He's going to be able to security attack +1 me with the Shoutmon and then draw 3 cards. And then if it dies, he gets to draw a 4th card from the Monimon. So this is where the deck starts to really accelerate. It starts to get a lot of advantage, which is really nice. You're going to use the Taiki effect to tuck one of the purple draw Digimon under Taiki, Digivolve into Gumjamon in the back. I just played Geogray and put him at 4 with the Marcus. I think I had to do this. I didn't want to give him that much memory, but it is what it is in this situation. He's going to hit into a Geogray, which plays out for free, which is a decent tech. The reason why I play that Geogray is because obviously out of security is nice, but the main thing is that well, actually I take it back. I guess him being Geogray doesn't really matter as much, right? Yeah, because he costs 2 no matter what. So, but I actually just recently took them out for Kazemons, and I'm playing different Tamers from the tie-in cards that you'll see me playing here at some point. But in this situation specifically, you'll see what play ends up amassing. That this was actually pretty good. The Geogray coming out, because I want to say here I had 2 level 5s. So I'm thinking here for a second, because this is an unorthodox play. It's not one of the normal plays that Shine normally does. So I'm thinking here of how I want to articulate this play. And I think I'm going to pay the 1 for the Marcus and swing with the Marcus, and then I can Digivolve into the Rise, gain a memory, and then if the Marcus dies, that's fine. I'll recover 1 to help me stabilize a little bit and go from there. And that's exactly what's going to happen. I'm going to swing with the Marcus at security. It's going to be for 3,000. Going to Digivolve into Rise for free. Gain a memory from the Rise effect, since when Digivolving, if I have a red or yellow Tamer in play, gain a memory. And then the only thing that makes sense here is the crash. There's no reason to just leave this Omni Shout on the field, so I'm going to crash 7K on his Omni Shout. And he's going to draw a card for the on deletion from Monimon. And of course, keep in mind the level 5s from the Hunter deck do not save anything. This is the bad thing I was talking about with the red memory boost. I'm going to add a Marcus or put a Marcus to the bottom. And you really don't want to do that because you see I got Rise X Antibody. If I played some other card, whatever I had, and then just drew into that Marcus hard draw, I could play that Marcus next turn, which would have been really good for the follow up for the following turn. Because having 2 Marcuses is just insane. Getting two free Digivolutions is just absolutely wild. Especially when you get up into Ruin mode. Just if you have your Shine live and then you have your Marcus and then Marcus swings and then you just go into Ruin mode for free, bruh, that's crazy. Because then you get to do the full Ruin mode effect and they have minus 10k on other guys, etc., etc. So my opponent thinks here for a while he's going to actually leave the Digimon and raising, which is unusual, but I get it though because he's waiting for me to raise. I'm in a spot where even if I play a rookie, I think he has the flexibility of if I play a rookie, he can raise, get rid of my rookie, and then he can also probably still Digicross, especially now that he's going to start at 3 memory and draw at least 2 cards from the Taikis, assuming he has the materials. He could probably still Digicross, go into a Resistormon, go into Superior mode Resistormon, and like bottom deck my guys now that I have a Tamer exposed. So it's just pretty good. I'm going to play Yellow Memory Boost. I'm going to accidentally grab Geogray. I quickly realized that, oh, wait, he's pure red, so this is the one situation where I can't get it. In this build, I did a mix of 2 Yellow Memory Boosts, 2 Red Memory Boosts. Most of the time, they're going to hit any Digimon because most of the Digimon in the deck are red or yellow. But the reason why I did a split is for the sake of Ruin Mode because Ruin Mode is purple-yellow, and now I really see why they didn't make him red-yellow. Thank goodness. Because, obviously, with the Yellow Memory Boost, I can grab the Ruin Mode. Otherwise, it would just go to the bottom. But then I quickly realized that though, like, the deck was still doing fine, and, like, at least I saw 1 Marcus. If you're ever in a situation, I think the first time you play a memory boost and you have 0 Marcus, and you hit a Marcus or any other Tamer, you're going to be upset, and then you're going to want to take him out. So, you have a good bit of draw power. Plus, we have Mulligan. Can't forget about we have Mulligan for consistency. We have 8 Agumons that let you search. Granted, one of them let you search the Marcus, but... digression aside, I'm gonna play, or excuse me, he's gonna play a Drakmon. Drakmon's gonna put him to 1. He's gonna cycle, looks like 2 or 3 Tamers. Yeah, 3 cards. That's so good. Drakmon is one of my favorite cards in the Hunter deck. He's gonna suspend 2. He's gonna Digivolve for free into a Resistormon. Now it has Rush, which is really good. He's gonna give it Blocker and double Blocker. Oh, no, Blocker and a draw. Attacking here is not the best because it's only, I mean, it is 7. You know what? 7k is decently respectable. ShineGreymon has bombs in the sense of the 1 Sunrise Buster, 15k Ruin Mode. That's a lot. And then obviously, you know, you have a 12k threshold for your ShineGreymon. And I did tech a one of Yellow War Greymon in this build, which I recently took out for Yellow ShineGreymon, actually OG ShineGreymon. He's gonna Digicross for 2 into the Psychmon. He didn't use the effect to add back something from under one of his Tamers, which I found kind of interesting because you can just re-put it back on your next turn for the Taiki. But I'm going to pay 1 and gain 1 from the Greymon. Greymon has the same effect as the Agumon, where you gain a memory at the start of your main phase if you have a red or yellow Tamer. And then it's inheritable when one of your red or yellow Tamers is suspended, you draw 1 card. So I have to ask about the ruling on the window. Like, if I attack with the Marcus, then Digivolve into Rise Gray, do I miss the window to draw a card with the Geogray? I think the answer is yes, but digression aside, I'm doing it this way. I'm going to Digivolve into the Rise first, Digivolve for 3, gain a memory. Then I'm going to Digivolve for 1 into Rise Gray. I don't have a Tamer to play, unfortunately. That's one, again, a bad thing about the memory boost, but the memory boosts are actually honestly putting in work right here. So despite me wanting to take them out, they're actually still doing work. But anyway, I'm going to attack with the Marcus here. Then I'm going to use its effects. I think I used my Inheritables first, my Agumon to minus 2k on the Resistormon. Then I drew a card for the Geogray. And then Shine's going to come out minus 3k on his security and 3k on one of his Digimon. So I officially kill the Resistormon, which is really good. So he was not able to get any value out of that, which works for me. And then there's the Clockmon that I was talking about earlier that he's able to still get back anyway. And then now the Marcus is efficiently pretty much 9k, if you will, because Shine gives you minus 3k to your security, and then the Marcus was 6k. So I have the other memory boost here. What I was thinking about is the player you're going to see. I'm going to Digivolve into the Ruin mode eventually. I was thinking, like, should I just put him at his 3 by popping my memory boost? But, like, I'm like, also, even on my next turn, memory boost doesn't do a lot for me. So I'm like, you know what? I don't think he can do anything. If I give him 5, he still can't do anything, no matter what he does when Digivolving and at the end of attack. Minus 5k on all your opponent's Digimon to the end of their turn. So that includes anything they raise, that includes hybrids, that includes anything they hard play. They would all get minus 5k. So I think he was asking me right here, if he does raise, it'll just disintegrate pretty much, which is so crazy. So right here, I'm like, man, I have 2 attacks next turn. If he doesn't get rid of the Ruin mode, the Marcus will unsuspend, and then I can pay 1 to bring it back up, and then I have 2 attacks for game. Obviously, I don't need 2 attacks, but I don't think there was much he can do, actually. So I think right here, you can see my hand gestures. We're actually talking about what's going to happen here. So he's not officially raising, but you'll see here in a second, he decides to raise anyway. But this is just a conversation because this is the first time, you know, we're having this interaction. So it's pretty cool. I'm not going to front. I gotta give me a second altar, by the way, because if I'm playing 2 at any point, I think when BT13 comes out, you play 1 Ruin mode max if you even bother playing it. Some builds play just 3 of the burst mode, but I do want to get a second altar just because first of all, I pulled 1. Second of all, it just looks really cool, and the fact that I have 2, I just kind of want to get rid of the regular art for another altar because it's that cool. So he decides to raise anyway, the Damemon, and he's going to just draw a card actually from the Monimon to cycle. And then he actually does a really smart play here. So he plays a Shoutmon, he's going to go to 2, and the Dracomon gives him plus 2k. So now he was at 6k, and then he loses 1k here. Or he loses 5k down to 1k DP. So I'm not sure exactly what else he can do, because if you notice, thank goodness for me, he has 4 red tamers, and then he has 1 purple and 1 watchmaker, which means he does not have the threshold in order to hit a level 7. He digivolves into superior mode thinking that he can bottom, or he can put my ruin mode under my Marcus, but again, like I said, because I have the he doesn't have the black tamer, the U is the threshold that allows you to tuck a level 7, obviously. So he realizes that, like, oh man, that's unfortunate. He does have 2 checks with jamming, despite him only being 7k. He's minus 5k from Ruin mode, and then plus 2k from the Dragmon. But it's not going to matter because I at least have 3 security. If I had 2 security, then it would have been game. But because I have 3 security, he'll be able to get rid of my last security, and I'll be able to win next turn. Unless he had, what's that card called? Jesus Christ. Quartzmon. If he had Quartzmon, then I would actually lose on the contrary. So the fact that he unfortunately didn't have Quartzmon allowed me to end up winning the game, and that's going to be the set. So the Shine deck feels pretty good so far, you know, as is, and of course, obviously, it's going to get way stronger and be at its strongest potential come BT13. So be expecting some more videos with this deck. I will have some more Ex04 games in general. Of course, there are some decks that just migrate over to Ex04 that didn't need any adjustments, like Hunter, like ShineGreymon, you know, Black ShineGreymon, even, etc. And those decks are obviously still very viable. Where I hurt myself a little bit as a content creator is I don't play all decks, like, and maybe I should just for the sake of content, like some like Green Alliance deck or like Kazuha decks or whatever, the blue, you know, Sukuyamon decks and things of the nature. But I hurt myself that way. But then on the contrary of that, I can find other people on the Discord and stuff that hopefully has those kind of decks, or some of my teammates that are playing those other cards, so you can see some other interactions with the rest of the cards out of the set. But with that, I'm gonna get up out of here. Expect some more content coming from me soon. I hope everyone got good, decent or better pulls from your Ex04. I know I bought 4 boxes and I ended up actually putting 2 in the luxury Digimon site because I actually ended up pulling pretty well out of my my first 2 boxes. I pulled like an alt art each of the Ruin mode and the altered B, and then I got a regular art of each of them. So I was like, oh, I don't even want to take my chances on those, you know, special silverback Omnimons or whatever. So I'm gonna get like 1 alt art of each of like the Blitz and the Alter S and things like that, and just be done with it. But yeah, here's to more content coming out for Ex04, so be looking forward to that soon. I hope y'all have a great day and or night whenever you're catching this video. Y'all know what it is. It's your homie S. Now, peace.